Alright guys, I am back with my review of WWE's Payback 2014. And you got the pre-show match, Torito versus Hornswoggle, mask versus hair. Very predictable finish here. Of course, Hornswoggle is going to lose this match. He tries to rip off Torito's mask, and he just reveals another mask. So it was one of those things. Torito hits Hornswoggle with a moonsault, gets the win. He's shaving his head. It was taking so long that Hornswoggle just ended up with a mullet type thing. They really just shaved the top part. But fans were into this. They really popped when 3MB and Los Matadores were hitting dives on each other. And it was fine for what it was. I don't mind these pre-show matches with Torito and Hornswoggle. I thought it was pretty entertaining stuff. Then the show starts. You get Sheamus versus Cesaro for the U.S. title. Cesaro swings Sheamus around, and when he drops him, he's dizzy. And Sheamus grabs the dizzy Cesaro, gets him in a small package, and gets the win. So Sheamus is still your U.S. champion. I thought this finish was decent. They're probably going to continue this feud. The match wasn't bad. It was a good match. I just wasn't really interested in this one. The build-up to this, the storyline, just didn't interest me at all. But it was a good match. Then you got the Rhodes Brothers versus Ryback. I was even less interested in this. This match was just kind of thrown on the card. Cody goes for the disaster kick. Ryback catches him, hits Shell Shocked for the win. Afterwards, Cody Rhodes tells Goldust, "You deserve a better partner than me," and he walks off all sad. So before, Cody was getting pissed off at Goldust. They were kind of teasing a feud. Then they dropped that. Then everything was cool. And now Cody thinks Goldust deserves better. So who knows what they're doing with these guys. But Ryback went over. And Ryback has actually been having some pretty good matches. So Rusev versus Big E. These two guys here, the waving flags thing is just completely silly. They did it on SmackDown. They did it again here. Rusev is waving the Russian flag. Big E's waving the American flag. They wave them back and forth at each other, and they just look like a bunch of goofballs out there. It's very stupid. So they had a really short match. Big E taps out to the camel clutch. Rusev goes over, and that was pretty much it. Nothing special at all. Yeah, Big E is... I think he's headed towards Fandango territory. Bo Dallas versus Kofi Kingston, another match added on. Well, it wasn't even a match, really. They wanted to get Bo Dallas on this show, which is a weird choice. You would think Adam Rose. If they could only get one, you would think they would go with Adam Rose, but they went with Bo Dallas. I thought he did a fine job out there. Before the match starts, Kane comes out. He chokeslams Kofi, tombstones him, and then he leaves. And I don't know if this whole thing was to just get some heat on Bo Dallas or make sure people didn't forget about Kane, or both, or what. But afterwards, Kane leaves. Bo gets back in the ring. He tells Kofi that he's going to be fine. He's going to be back to normal in no time. He just needs to Bo leave. And I thought it was really good. RVD versus Wade Barrett for the Intercontinental title. RVD is old as crap. It's sad. Watching him miss moves is actually funny now. So when he goes for the frog splash and he misses, it's funny. It's comical because it looks like you have this old man out there still trying to go, and he's just embarrassing himself. And Wade Barrett, actually RVD goes for the split leg moonsault, misses that, Barrett gets the knees up. So RVD lands on his knees, he's hurt, and then he turns around and Barrett just nails him with the bull hammer and gets the win. So it's really funny to watch these RVD matches where he just gets destroyed. Stephanie calls out Daniel Bryan. She wants him to hand over the title, and he comes out. Fans are chanting CM Punk because they're in Chicago, and Stephanie says that the fans want Daniel Bryan to quit just like CM Punk quit. And that's the first time they've mentioned Punk since he did quit. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Bray comes out and she calls Stephanie a bitch again. And she says that she's not going to just be a victim. So she quits. And then she slaps Stephanie. And Stephanie just gets this shocked look on her face and she walks away. She doesn't say anything or do anything. She just walks off. So Daniel Bryan is still the champion, which I guess means he's going to be back relatively soon. And Brie Bella quit the WWE, so she really shouldn't be on television anymore, but you know she will be. It's Bray Wyatt versus John Cena, last man standing match. Cena has this never give up sham wow thing he's been coming out with the past few weeks. Before it was green, now he's got a new one that's black. I don't know what this thing is. It looks like a dish rag, like a sham wow. And Cena just comes out and holds it up, and then he runs to the ring. What the hell is that thing? So Cena has the Usos in his corner to prevent the Wyatt family, Harper and Rowan, from interfering in the match. Bray gets hit with an AA, and he sits up with the Exorcist pose. I really like that spot. And then the Wyatts start fighting with the Usos, and then both teams just vanish. They fight up to the back or something. They never show us what really happens, but they just kind of disappear. So it's down to Cena and Bray Wyatt. Cena is destroying Bray with a chair. Then Bray puts Cena through a table. Cena threw the steps at Bray, and Bray was on the outside, and Cena just throws these steel steps from the ring onto Bray. Look crazy as hell. Major props to Bray Wyatt for taking that, because it could have been way more dangerous than it was. Then we have the Wyatts and the Usos running back out, and they set up some tables. One of the Usos does the butt smash on Rowan, putting him through a table. Then Harper superplexes the other Uso off the top through two tables on the outside. Fans were going crazy for this spot. Cena and Bray Wyatt fight through the crowd, and Cena gets Bray up on top of some equipment or something, and he hits an AA through a box. So Bray goes through this box, and then Cena dumps another box on top of him so he can't get out. Cena wins the match. And this was really good. I really enjoyed this match. It was way better than I expected it to be. I knew there was going to be interference, but the way WWE did this was really smart, having the Usos and the Wyatts take each other out in cool ways with the tables and stuff. So I thought this was a very entertaining match here. Now, I got a comment on the Payback predictions video I did that I'd kind of like to explain just in case anybody else was confused by what I meant. From Ecstasy69, what are you talking about? Bray Wyatt wins most of his matches and beats Cena at the last pay-per-view. Okay, when I said Bray Wyatt has been booked like a complete loser, just because he beat Cena at the last pay-per-view doesn't mean shit. Cena has destroyed the Wyatt family completely. This feud has been going on for months now, and he's beat Cena at one show thanks to a small child. Cena beat Bray at WrestleMania. Cena defeated the Wyatts in a 3-on-1 handicap match. At Extreme Rules, the Wyatt family was interfering damn near immediately. Cena destroyed all three of them, left all three of them laying. He went to walk out of the cage unopposed. A small child appeared. He was distracted, lost the match. Cena has destroyed these guys. And Bray Wyatt, it's not just Cena. Bray Wyatt needs help to defeat anyone. Even an Uso. One Uso, Bray Wyatt needs interference to defeat. The last man standing match he had against Jimmy Uso on SmackDown, he needed interference to defeat that Uso. That's pathetic. And this feud has been going on for a long time now, and Cena is the clear victor. He has destroyed the Wyatt family over and over again, time and time again. There's really nowhere to go from here. The only way WWE could drag this out any further is if they had Cena come out, the fans are still singing, he's got the whole world in his hands, and he says, you know what, even when I beat this guy, it seems like more and more people are getting behind him. And then they drag it out even further until Cena's just completely destroyed the Wyatt family. But yeah, after this last man standing match, it's clear that Cena has conquered the Wyatts. You can't tell me he hasn't. So, on to Alicia Fox versus Paige, a Divas title match. The fans were singing Adam Rose's theme song here, which, once again, was disappointing. He couldn't make at least one appearance on the show. Alicia taps out, and she didn't freak out. The whole thing with Alicia Fox is that she freaks out. She's a loose cannon. She's a female Brian Pillman. And she comes out here, she loses, and no freak out. The one thing that could have made this match entertaining, they didn't do. This was very disappointing. Very boring too. Then it's Evolution versus Shield, no holds barred elimination match. Batista, for some reason, was very blue. And I don't mean sad, I mean he was dressed all in blue. Every single person in this match was wearing black, except for Batista, who was wearing baby blue and just stood out. In fact, later on they said that trending on Twitter was Blue Tista. So people definitely noticed him. And there was an idea I had for this match. I know a lot of people were saying, oh, Ambrose could turn on the Shield and join Evolution. And I actually thought it would be interesting if Roman Reigns turned on the Shield and joined Evolution. Because if Batista is leaving, and this means the end of Evolution, you could have Roman Reigns turn on the Shield. He would be the last person anyone would expect to turn. And then he joins Evolution and takes Batista's place as the big man. And then you can continue on with Evolution. So I thought that would be kind of interesting, but they didn't do any of that here. However, they did have a really fun match. I really enjoyed this. Last Man Standing match was still better, but this one was damn close. Evolution just takes the Shield apart, destroys these guys. They put Reigns through a table, they cane him, they hit Ambrose with the drop DDT on the concrete. They just beat the crap out of him with chairs. The Shield was destroyed. So I'm watching this thinking, how is the Shield going to overcome this and make their comeback? Well, Seth Rollins climbs up the Titantron and dives onto Evolution. Not the top of the Titantron, obviously, but like the little bottom part. So he dives on Evolution. They start to mount their comeback. Reigns hits Batista with a spear, eliminates him. Ambrose hits Orton with the headlock driver onto a chair to eliminate him. And then it's down to Triple H trying to fight off all three. He uses the sledgehammer. Rollins hits him with the knee off the top, and then Reigns spears him, and they get the win. So the Shield goes over here, and it was a really, really fun match. Awesome stuff. It was kind of weird, though, because the match started off, and they were brawling. And then it turned into a regular tag match, which didn't really make any sense because it's no holds barred. So then they just did this tag match for a while, and then all hell broke out, and that's when it actually got really good. So it was like a brawl, then a tag match, and then they just did whatever the hell they wanted, and that was the really entertaining part. So I enjoyed this show because of the Last Man Standing match and the Evolution Shield match. I can't say this was a great pay-per-view by any means, but it was a good show. I enjoyed it. There was nothing really offensive here that would just turn you off completely. Even Sheamus versus Cesaro, that was good. I just personally wasn't interested in that. And they had some filler matches, the Rhodes Brothers versus Rybaxel. But even small stuff like the Bo Dallas Kofi Kingston thing, I thought that was fine. No match was really bad. It just felt like this show kind of could have used some better build behind it. But the two main event matches definitely delivered, in my opinion. And of course, we found out that Daniel Bryan is still going to be the champion, which is good news. So that's my review of Payback 2014. Hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Leave your thoughts on the show in the comments, and thanks for watching.